Barbara, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you for coming in today.
Oh, sure.
Okay, are you ready to start?
I am.
Okay, we're going to start off with some questions on America. So, how has America changed in your lifetime?
Oh, you want to know all of it? Well, everything is pretty much totally different, especially transportation. Everybody can get on a plane and go somewhere now. People didn't do that back when I was a kid. We had trolley cars that came up the main street in our town in Montclair. You could get on the trolley and go to the next town if you wanted to, but there's no more trolleys now. Not everybody had a car when I was a kid. Some families had cars and some didn't. A lot of people walked to work. My father worked 2 blocks from our house, so he didn't have to walk too far. And if they did have a car, it was the family car. Nobody's wife had a car. Are you writing all this down?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so nobody's wife really had a car until way later when the women started working too. Let's see. There was no man on the moon when I was a kid.
Okay. That was very good. Have your values changed during your lifetime? Explain.
I should have thought about this sooner. Well, basically, my family's values were everybody had to work hard to get to where you wanted to be. So if you were lucky enough to go to college, you knew you had to work hard in school in order to get there. And most of you guys will figure you're definitely going to college. It wasn't that way for us. Not all of us went to college. I didn't go to college until I was actually old. And then I did have a year of college.
Okay. How are the values of your generation different / similar to those of the current generation?
Well, I think you guys take a lot more for granted than my generation of people did. We didn't have a lot of extras at all, and so we didn't, tell our parents, "Oh, I need new clothes. I need this. I need that." You didn't tell them you needed stuff. You just got what you got, and that was good enough. You guys are a little more pushy with your parents about stuff, but on the other hand, you have a lot more knowledge and answer, and we didn't have that advantage.
Okay.
We didn't know as much as you.
That was a very good answer. What event can you best where were you on September 11, 2001?
That was the World Trade Center?
Mhm.
Oh, of course. I was actually at work.
Where did you work?
I worked for a dentist in Montville. I've been there for 36 years. Anyway, that's where I was when that happened. I was already there. And the other co-workers came in and were telling me that somebody hit the World Trade Center. Of course, we didn't know what was going on at that time. And we didn't have a TV in the office at that time either. We do now. But we all just listened to the radio to find out what was happening.
What was your reaction?
Horror. And fear. Everybody was afraid of what was going to happen next. And then by the time we got home and actually got to see it on TV, it was just horrific.
Okay. What event can you best relate to September 11, 2001 that happened while you were in school?
Probably the shooting of President Kennedy. That was also just a horrible event. I was a senior in high school then, and principal announced it over the loudspeaker that he had been shot. And just about everybody was crying, and it was very upsetting.
What was your reaction?
Same as everybody else, you were kind of like walking in a daze that somebody would shoot your president and kill him.
Okay, thank you. Are you related to anyone famous / well known? If you are, explain. And how?
Well, actually, Fitzgerald is in my family line, and Kennedy was Fitzgerald Kennedy, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. So it's possible that I'm related to him. I'm definitely related to the Webster that wrote the dictionary.
That's cool.
And don't forget General George Pickett.
Okay. Okay. What did you do during your free time when you were a kid?
Mostly just play outside. We did a lot of jump rope activities. Roller skating was big when I was a kid. If you were lucky enough to have a bike, we all rode bikes together.
Did you have a bike?
I did. Yeah. I was 11 when I got my first bike.
What sports or activities did you do when you were a kid?
Not so much sports. Any sports that we did, we just did part of the gym activities in school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we didn't have all these little baseball teams and stuff that you guys have. We didn't have that. So whatever sports we did was during gym.
What activities did you do, like clubs or anything during school? Did they offer anything for you guys?
No, but you know what we had at lunchtime in junior high? They had a dance every lunchtime. So
That's cool.
after you ate your lunch, they played records, and you know we could get up and dance then.
Okay. What kind of transportation did you take to get places? What was it like?
Mostly a bus. If we needed to go anywhere, we went on the bus and just went from town to town that way. But other than that, as kids, we just walked everywhere we had to go. We walked downtown to catch the bus to go to school.
Okay. How did you find out information in your town if you didn't have a TV for news?
Probably just word of mouth from somebody else. So, you know, like now if somebody dies, it's in the paper right away. But you just found that out from your neighbor. If anything horrible happened or whatever, it was all just talked about back and forth. My grandmother had a store in Montclair when I was a kid, and so she found out all the neighbor news from everybody else who came in the store.
So like the gossip of
Yeah,
the
pretty
town?
much.
Since you were born with one hand, what has changed since you were a kid till now? Like getting around or activities or getting ready in the morning?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Probably not much. I mean, since I came this way, I just learned how to do everything automatically with one hand, whereas you had to learn how to do it with two. So it's not too much different, you know. I could still tie my shoe with one hand. You still do yours with two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just a little bit of a learning curve for me, but other than that, everything is fine. The only thing I really can't do for myself is put a bracelet on.
That's still difficult for me, even with two hands. Okay, well, thank you for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
All right, you too.